This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Kia ora, good evening. Welcome to the South today. I'm Daryl Baser. New Zealand is in the second week of the Level 3 alert status in the fight to stop the spread of the coronavirus known as COVID-19. There was more good news at this afternoon's media announcement, with the Director General of Health saying there are again no new cases of COVID-19 for the second time since March the 16th.
Today we have no new cases of COVID-19 to report. In addition, one case that was previously categorised as a probable case has been changed and is now defined as not a case. So our overall total of confirmed and probable cases decreases by 1 to 1,486. Our total number of confirmed cases therefore remains at 1,137, and we will continue to report this number to the World Health Organization as we do update them each day. Yesterday there were 3,232 tests processed at our laboratories around the country, and the combined total to date is 155,928 tests. Of our cases, 1,302 are reported as recovered, which represents a total of 88% of our confirmed and probable cases. Today there are 4 people in hospital and none of these is in ICU. There are no additional deaths to report.
Stay tuned to Channel 39 to see today's full announcement. More than half of Skyline Enterprises staff across New Zealand, Asia and Canada are facing redundancy. The company operates the Queenstown gondola and luge, with similar operations in Rotorua as well as overseas.
About 400 staff are employed in Queenstown by Skyline Enterprises, mostly at its gondola, restaurant and luge complex. Half of these 400 will become redundant after the end of the current government wage subsidy. However, the company still plans to continue with a $200 million redevelopment of its Queenstown complex, which includes a car park building. The company has applied for financial assistance for the project from the government's infrastructure fund. Another large tourism company, which operates the Earnslaw steamship, is planning to downsize its staff too. All this bad news for jobs in Queenstown follows the recent mothballing of the Shotover Jet and Dart River Jet tourism ventures at a cost of more than 300 jobs. In Queenstown, the South today.
The impact of job losses in Queenstown is creating a need amongst residents which sets it apart from the rest of the country. That's according to the Director of Civil Defence, who visited the once thriving tourist town yesterday.
Queenstown's tourists, seen here in file footage, have gone, and an unemployment rate of 30% is forecast for the region. Yesterday, Head of New Zealand Civil Defence visited local officials to see what help at a household level is needed. She says her visit was to check on progress after the government recently announced a $30 million nationwide support package for food and welfare assistance.
There's a really careful balance in that, and we're just needing to work that through. So today's meeting with the Mayor and the Chief Executive here from the Council is to really understand how that work is going.
And she's urging those in the resort in need of help to come forward.
There is help available. It's a number of people that may not yet have access support that actually need it, and so it's really trying to emphasise that there is an entire arrangement that's been set up to provide direct support to those who need it, so please come forward if they do need help and they haven't been accessing it.
In Queenstown, the South today.
Despite the countrywide lockdown eliminating the possibility of religious gatherings, this year's Ramadan is being described as one of the best ever. That's according to Otago Muslim Association Chairman Dr. Muhammad Rizwan.
Observing Ramadan during the COVID-19 crisis has proved to be positive for Otago Muslim Association Chairman Dr. Muhammad Rizwan.
This month of Ramadan in lockdown has been, like for myself, is one of the best Ramadan. So this seclusion has given us the opportunity to be to be closer to our God, to be closer to our loved ones, and then appreciate all the things that we usually take for granted. Like in the normal circumstances, the things during Ramadan, what we take for granted is food, water. But during this lockdown Ramadan in particular, it's our health as well. Yeah.
Normally during the month of Ramadan, Dunedin's adherents gather at the local mosque for an evening meal called iftar.
For the whole month of Ramadan, we have daily iftar gatherings. So the community are invited, and then we have a meal prepared, and then we break the fast together as a community. What this lockdown Ramadan has brought us, that we are able to do that with our family, with our loved ones, within our own isolation bubble.
Ramadan ends this year on Saturday the 23rd of May with a special prayer and a meal called Eid al-Fitr. In past years, the event has drawn about 500 Muslims to the More FM arena, but plans for such a large congregation this year remain uncertain.
At what level we are and what the Ministry of Health guidelines are, so we will adhere to that. We will follow those rules in terms of numbers gathering and things like that.
In Dunedin, the South Today.
Time now for a look at the weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Beginning with the situation, frosty inland tonight, becoming milder later this week, before more unsettled weather arrives at the weekend. In the southern towns, the double-digit high temperatures set to return, with moderate westerly winds and mostly clear skies. The Catlins heads for 12 degrees, while Balclutha, Lumsden and Gore should all reach 13. Heading to the Central Lakes, it's due to be warmer here as well, with moderate westerlies and mostly fine weather. Wanaka, Queenstown and Te are all aiming for 12-degree highs, while it's set to be a bit warmer in Alexandra with 13 degrees. In the northern towns, light winds and some cloud are also the order of the day here. Timaru heads for 15, while Oamaru should reach 14, with Twizel and Omarama in line for 13 degrees. In Dunedin tonight, it should be cloudy with southwesterly winds easing and an overnight low of 7 degrees. It'll be rather cold tomorrow with sunny periods amid cloudy skies, with the southwest winds dying out. Expect a high of 13 and a low of 9. There should be sunny periods at first on Thursday, but high cloud increases with milder northwesterly winds developing and a chance of rain in the evening. A high of 16 and a low of 11 degrees. Heading to Invercargill, it should be mostly cloudy tonight with southwesterlies easing and an overnight low of 5 degrees. It should be mostly fine tomorrow with some cloud and cool with moderate to fresh winds. A high of 13 and a low of 7 degrees. Cloud increases on Thursday with northwesterlies freshening and some rain developing during the afternoon. Expect a high of 15 and a low of 10. And that's all from the South Today team for this Tuesday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz and follow Channel 39 on Facebook and YouTube. And stay tuned to Channel 39 for the latest COVID-19 updates from the government. Have a great evening. Remember, it's best to stick to your bubble. Ka kite a popo. See you tomorrow.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.